in these competitions, how much work, how much dedication has gone into building these costumes. And I've seen a few of them backstage, and you're in for an absolute treat this afternoon. Some brilliant, brilliant costumes, lots of imagination as well, people interpreting Star Wars in their own unique way. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And what championship, what competition would be complete, though, without judges? So we need some judges for our competition this afternoon, and I hope you'll now please help me welcome our judges for this competition. Please put your hands together for Anthea Portillo from Lucasfilm. Next, also from Lucasfilm, we have Brian Martin. And lastly, no stranger to costume and cosplay competitions, as well as the world of fashion, please welcome the talented Ashley Eckstein. Welcome, judges. Nice to see you all.
Good to see you too.
So Anthea, firstly, tell us, what do you do at Lucasfilm?
We love Ashley too.
So Athena, tell us what you do at Lucasfilm.
I'm an executive producer at Lucasfilm, and I just celebrated my 10 years working at Lucasfilm Animation with Dave Filoni on Rebels and Clone Wars.
Wow, fantastic.
Warwick,
Yes.
can I just say, though, Athena's very humble. I've had the honor and pleasure of working with Athena, and this woman behind the scenes is making it all happen. She is the producer for Clone Wars and Rebels and Lucasfilm Animation, and without Athena, these shows would not happen. So, little girls, you want somebody to look up to? This is who you should look up to.
God. Thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So Athena, what are you going to be looking for in today's competition in particular?
Best likeness. I want to feel like the actual character from the TV and film is coming on stage right in front of me.
Okay, all right. Well, let's hope they can deliver that for you this afternoon. Thanks very much, Athena. Thank you. Now, Brian, welcome.
Thank
you also work at Lucasfilm. What do you do?
I do. I guess what I do is I do product development for high-end prop replicas, costumes, things of that nature. So I guess I get to see a lot of props and stuff.
Wow, so you know all about this sort of costume and prop replicas.
I have a very good idea, yes.
Right, so you're going to notice if something's not quite accurate out here this afternoon.
I think I have a pretty good eye for that.
Okay. Oh, it's going to be a tough judge, this one.
And I have a resubmit button.
I see. Oh, right, and finally, Ashley, welcome. It's great to see you back here. Now, this is not your first time judging a cosplay championship, is it?
No, it's not my first time. This is one of my favorite events. So whenever they ask me back, I'm honored to be here, and I can't wait to see the amazing costumes.
Absolutely. Well, it's great to have you here. And, of course, what's new for you at the moment? Of course, we love your clothing line that you have. I mean, it's fantastic, isn't it? Who's wearing an Ashley this afternoon? Anyone?
Oh, thank you so much.
My favourite piece, and you gave me one years ago, is the Wicket kind of bag. The crocheted bag.
Yes, you wear her universe well.
Thank you very much.
But I'm pleased to tell you that at least in 2018, we will be coming out with our universe, some fashion for men. So
it's about time.
Yes,
it's about time.
Will you be one of our models, Warwick?
Oh, indeed, I will. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yes, I'm wearing a Toys R Us this afternoon. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Okay. Our judges, everyone, thank you very much. So, we have the judges, we have contestants waiting backstage. I just need my co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Mark Daniels. Here he is. The best warm-up man in the business.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Hey, everyone.
All right, we'll take our places behind our lecterns now, and we'll get things started. So, the first category here this afternoon is Best Likeness. So that's, Athena's going to be looking out at this one very carefully. So first of all, we have Christian Zeke, who is Captain Phasma. Now, Kristen was drawn to this costume by the height of the character and the unique look of a stormtrooper in chrome, armour and cape. The blaster is a 3D printed model with working lights. The armour is made of black ABS plastic, which was glossed and polished to a mirror shine, then airbrushed with chrome paint. The abdomen plate is completely rigid and prevents her from sitting down. Please send help. Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen.
Our next cosplay is Whitney Wickham as Ray. Self-constructed staff out of hardware is balanced and weighted for combat and weighs about 8 pounds. The total costume took 500 hours to build. Whitney Wickham as Ray.
Okay, next up we have Gil Guimez. He's Rebel pilot Jack Tono Hawkins from Red 6. Rebel pilot Jack Hawkins. The jumpsuit and all of the soft parts are 100% custom made from many reference pictures and is 110% accurate. The other parts are vacuum-formed plastic, aluminium and wood. Boots are slightly modified, Chippewa 27909. The same used for Luke in Return of the Jedi. The helmet markings are accurate at the time of helmet completion. Jack Hawkins did not pull up, did not eject, could not hold it. Gil, everyone.
Next up we have Frankie Saurus as Asajj Ventress. This costume took 4 months to create. The fabric used were mostly spandex, pleather, and knits. The patterns for the belts, collar, and gauntlets were designed and created for this costume. The latex ball cap was made by hand. The designs on the belt and sash were hand-drawn and hand embroidered. Frankie Saurus, Asajj Ventress.
Next up we have Alil Foxy as Slave Leia. To make this cosplay, she heat-molded warbler and plastic for the metal pieces. The fabric is sewn by hand and everything is custom painted. She's been growing her hair for a while to complete the look. That's Alil Foxy.
Next we have Paul Mooney as Ben Kenobi. Ben's tunic is hand-woven from raw silk. It took almost a year to find the correct silk weave by obtaining samples from dealers worldwide, including Australia, Thailand, and Canada. The outer robe is hand-dyed. World War II Army blankets. All seams, patches, and stains match the movie costume, including the hand stitching on the patches. The Jedi belt is the exact proportions to the movie, including all decorations and extra holes in the leather. Last but not least, the facial wrinkles and beard coloring took 70 years to get just right. That was Paul Mooney as Ben Kenobi, and that wraps up our best likeness category.
Well, actually, it doesn't, Mark. It doesn't. Hot off the press, and there's still more entries in this category. Okay, next up in this category, we have Samantha Kelly as Rey. Sam is portraying Rey from The Force Awakens. This costume was created over a few months in her small dorm room here in Florida. All parts are handmade, excluding the shoes, which were ordered from Pozu. The staff includes 3D printed pieces placed on a wooden rod, wrapped leather and cotton gauze, and is painted to look worn. The majority of the costume is created from cotton fabrics, which are dyed and roughed up to form the correct look that could fit right into Jakku. Thank you, Samantha.
All right, once again, we are still in the best likeness category, and we have Craig Spivey as Luke Skywalker. Craig has sported his fine beard for a number of years, but it was only following the release of The Force Awakens that family, friends, and complete strangers began to point out his resemblance to a mature Luke Skywalker. So with only a few screen grabs as reference, he set about creating the costume along with the local Irish seamstress, who was more used to creating genuine priest robes. Everything, bar the boots, were built from scratch. Though the fabric for the cloak was particularly hard to source, the belt was made by a saddler and the robotic hand constructed from a rubber safety glove. Cosplaying as old Luke especially appeals to Craig, as all he has to do is stand and look vaguely sad and wistful. But the new movies are set to change all that. Craig Spivey as Luke Skywalker.
Next up is Remy Roll as Kylo Ren. Remy started Star Wars cosplaying at the age of 16 with a Mandalorian. After The Force Awakens was released, he was told he looked like a young Adam Driver and began putting together a Kylo Ren costume. Most of the costume was created by Hampton's Jedi Outfitters. That's Remy as Kylo Ren.
We're moving on to Makina Fellows as Ahsoka Tano, Mortis Darkside. Here we have Makina Fellows wearing, oh, hey Snips, are you feeling all right? You look different. From the moment Ahsoka came on screen, McKenna felt a connection with the character and wanted to bring her to life. What ensued was a 6-month-long process of research, late nights, mistakes, redos, and eventually success. Everything was made from scratch, including the foam and latex headpiece and a pair of PVC lightsabers. This was her first time working with latex, leather, and airbrush body paint. McKenna enjoys the character so much that she has created multiple versions, including Ahsoka's slave disguise uniform from Slaves of the Republic and the version we see today from Altar of Mortis. Makina Fellows as Ahsoka Tano, Mortis Darkside.
Next up we have Blue Lydia, who's playing Sheltae Raytrak. She used 2 different types of knit fabric for the dress and the cape, one on top of the other, to get it close to the original style. Every pattern piece was done twice and stitched together, and used 2 patterns and modified them to fit the style of the outfit. Blue Lydia.
And now for Justin as Muftak.
Wow.
Over a year was spent on this costume sculpting details, building from the foam body, and hand-painted and dyeing the fur materials, used including paper mache, a foam couch cushion, Christmas ornaments, and a bicycle helmet. After all of this grooming, Muftak is off to search the galaxy for his homeworld, but stopped by Star Wars Celebration to beat the heat with a round of Polaris Ale. Justin as Muftak.
That was fantastic.
And that was our final in our Best Likeness category.
Yeah, that concludes that category of Best Likeness. That was pretty impressive, won't you agree? That was good. That was good. What a great effort. Judges, what are you thinking? Ashley, there was an Ahsoka in there. Were you impressed?
I may be a bit biased, but I did love Ahsoka, actually, and what I loved about her costume is that it was from Mortis. Some of my favorite Clone Wars episodes were the Mortis arc and the Mortis episodes. So to have her not only do Ahsoka, but do Ahsoka from Mortis, I was very impressed.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Brian, do you have any favorites so far?
I didn't see anything that I would have given a resubmit to, and I did see some exquisite attention to detail. Fantastic,
that's what you're looking for. And Athena, what about you? Any highlights?
I love Ventress, taking it way back to Clone Wars.
Fantastic. Well, lots more to come as we move on to our next category. It's the under 13s category. So first up we have Natalie Robinson, who's Sabine Wren. Heads up, trooper. It's everyone's favorite Mandalorian rebel, Sabine Wren. 4 months in the making, this cosplay features custom paints and leotard. The armor is straight out of the Mandalorian arsenal, and her belts are handmade leather. Sabine is lethal as she looks good doing her job. The art featured on her armor, gauntlets, weapons, and jetpack is all custom painted. Hang on, I haven't finished yet. Let's load some more here, hang on. This rebel rocks, even though she's left the stage. Armed with a pair of Westar blasters and, of course, the Mandalorian Dark Saber. How can she lose?
And now we have Lizzie as Wicket.
Yay! Oh. Hello. Hello. Oh. Hello. Hello. Here you go.
This is a children's costume designed to look similar to Wicket from Return of the Jedi. It is designed to be comfortable and weigh less than 4 kilograms. The body is made of 2 different colors of fake fur. The mask base is a street hockey helmet. The base of the face is a camping mat and foam. A mesh liner is used inside the costume with a 1 centimeter plastic plumbing tube sewn into the mesh to retain the round shape of the Ewok body parts. The fingers and toes were cut of digits of plastic trick gloves. Lizzie as Wicket.
Wow. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Next up we have Megan Newell, who is Darth Maul. Now, we had to come up with a compromise to make Darth Maul appropriate for a 6-year-old girl. After months of tossing ideas around, they came up with this outfit. But she still looks tough. Wow. Yeah. Impressive saber work. Now you need to backflip across the stage. Yeah. Megan, have you been in a marching band? Do you want to have one more swirl?
You know, Warwick, she's doing exactly what she was told to do. We didn't tell her how long to stay on the X's. Oh!
Going well. You're going to take off in a minute. Thank you very much, Megan Newell.
Next up, we have Savannah Renee Eddings as TK5901 First Order Stormtrooper. TK591 is a complete Stormtrooper armor set created from Battle Buddy toys. It took 4 weeks to build and fit. Her helmet is repurposed coin bank with lenses created from repurposed sunglasses. I'll say it again. The helmet is a repurposed piggy bank. Savannah Renee Eddings as TK5901.
Brilliant. I could borrow that costume, couldn't I? I've always wanted to be a stormtrooper. Fantastic. Next up, we have Kat Diadamo as Obi-Wan Kenobi. This costume portrays Sabine Wren and is invisible. This costume portrays Sabine Wren, the young female Mandalorian from Star Wars Rebels, in her second season attire. It took about 120 hours to complete. The spandex shirt and pants were hand-sewn, while the wig was carefully bleached, dyed, and styled. Kat made the helmet out of a newspaper board and spackle. She made the Westar 35 blaster pistols out of plywood. The Warbler armor was the hardest part to construct, comprised of 19 separate parts, taking over 45 hours to make. And each piece was painstakingly painted to replicate the artistic character's armor. That's Kat as Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, it isn't.
Now we're moving on to Whitman Mullins as Poe Dameron.
Wow.
All the family pitched in to build this flight suit. Many hours were spent. They used yards of duct tape and many cans of spray paint. The design and construction was based on the concept of reuse and recycle. The helmet is a batting helmet with the brim sawed off and hand painted. The vest is a child's life vest, cut down and reassembled, while the box is cut down, iPad box. The hoses salvaged from a vacuum cleaner, and the munitions are spray painted Sharpies. Whitman's name is translated into Arabic alphabet on the vest and helmet. Whitman Mullins as Poe Dameron.
Okay, next we have Patrick as Luke Skywalker. Materials were gathered from a large variety of sources from around the globe, including the UK, China, and the US. Several items were repurposed and reconstructed to make the costume, and a suitable pack to carry Yoda. The reason he chose this costume was because he liked Yoda and Luke's characters, but would have liked to have dressed as Yoda. However, that's a bit difficult at 5'8". As Patrick as Luke Skywalker.
Still in the under 13, we have Kai as Kaija. From the forest moon of Endor comes Kaija the Ewok. He is a natural-born hunter. He loves to collect various trophies and will defend his home at any cost. Kai, who is playing Kaija, enjoys scootering, reading, math, and cosplay in his free time. Even though Kai is only 10, he loves to help, make, and dress up in various costumes. Kai is also helping his dad construct his costumes, and someday will build his own from scratch. This costume was constructed from fake fur, clay, various types of plastic, leather, and polyfoam. Kai as Kaija the Ewok. And that wraps up our under 13 category.
Wow. It's amazing. I mean, judges, just as you think you've seen the best costume of the cosplay competition so far, someone else walks out. I mean, I don't envy your choice now. How do you feel about it?
I'm totally torn between the Ewoks and the Sabines. Those were amazing.
What did you think of Wicket, Warren?
Oh, it was terrific. I mean, everything was perfect about that costume. The performance, everything was fantastic.
That's so too.
I mean, and these younger cosplayers, I mean, they get right into the spirit of all of this. And I mean, it's quite daunting standing here looking out at you guys as well. And they come out here and they give the performances they do. And it's fantastic. Yeah, we're having a great time so far. So I think we should move on to our next category. This is the Legends of the Old Republic category here, our third category. So first of all, we have Anna Sawyer. Okay, sorry, the category is grouped. These are characters from Legends of the Old Republic. The Jedi garments you see are inspired by historical garments from Earth and built as functional clothing. Although Jedi are humble, they appreciate good craftsmanship and do have personal style. Materials used are 100% natural fiber, linen, wool, silk and leather. The designs are all original and built by Anna using machine and hand sewing. Two of the tabard obi sets are hand rewoven into herringbone and chevron patterns, and all the pleats are hand set. The armor, belts, and belt accessories are all handcrafted, dyed, weathered, and tooled leather made by Tom Wren. Legends of the Old Republic by Anna Sawyer.
Next up, we have Josette Toro and Nicholas Toro as Wicket and Tokat.
Hey.
Ooh. Our Ewok costumes were made in pieces over a course of several months. The mask consists of simple masquerade masks, clay, costume army helmet, fake fur fabric, and a ton of hot glue. The eyes of the mask are made from clear buttons of the little plastic containers you receive when you buy a toy from a machine in front of the grocery store. The original hands fell apart, and our current hands you see are made from rubber Yoda hands, painted and altered. Our suits are made of fake fur and sewn together. Josette and Nicholas Toro as Wicket and Tokat.
Next up, we have 4 Jawas. Please welcome Skaya, Shailu, Shireu, and Evan. What a motley bunch you are. Causing trouble here on stage. These Jawas' costumes are constructed mostly of brown self-dyed monk's cloth, fur-covered hockey masks, truck trailer lights for the eyes, and wrapped rain boots. The base costumes were all built in a day, but many small details helped to individualize each and were scavenged over time by these little creatures. O2D indeed. Oh, hang on. They're stealing from the judges over there. The mischievous Jawas, everyone.
Wow. We've got Jay and Jimmy Walther as Unkar Plutt and one of his thugs. This costume is a team build done by a father and son. They work together and learn new skills throughout the process. These skills included sculpting, mold making, and latex casting, and creating armor from foam. The costume is 100% made from scratch. This project took almost 75 hours for them to complete, and they hope you enjoy it as much as they do. Jay and Jimmy Walther as Unkar Plot and one of his thugs. And this is the last in our category group.
Fantastic. Well, judges, I don't know what you think about this, but, you know, as well as looking at the actual costumes and the construction and all that, you know, the performance is just as important, isn't it? And I thought those Jawas gave a terrific performance there. What do you think?
I loved their performance, and you're exactly right. That's one of the things that I'm personally looking for, because, you know, you can spend hours, I hear 50, 60, 70 hours on costumes, but then we want to see them come out here and sell it.
Absolutely, yes. And we all enjoy that as an audience watching as well, don't we? Great performances. Cool. Okay, now we move on to our most elaborate and fantasy characters category. And our first contestant here is Chumbawamba as 000. Wow. Specializing in etiquette, customs, translation, and torture, this is Darth Vader's personal protocol droid. Over $4,000 and a whole year and a half was spent making this costume and bringing out every skill imaginable, from 3D printing, plastic work, fiberglassing, electronics, wiring, and painting, to look as close as possible to protocol droids presented in Star Wars canon. With restricted and limited movement, vision, and balance, even being completely bolted inside this costume gives claustrophobia a whole new meaning. Hours were also spent watching Star Wars, researching movements, quirks, quotes, and sayings to perfect the overall image of a true protocol droid. That's Chumbawamba as 000.
Next we have Frank as Ashigaru, Samurai Stormtrooper.
Ow.
Unfortunately, I don't have any explanation for this costume.
Oh, I can take this one, Mark.
Yeah.
From the Forest Moon of Endor. Oh, no, this isn't it. No, that's all about an Ewok, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I don't think he's 10 years old.
Okay, so we have a samurai interpretation of a stormtrooper with a big sword. He's also wearing boots. Thank you, Frank.
Frank, Ashigaru, Samurai Stormtrooper.
Okay, next up is Brad, who is a crystal trooper. Wow. That's a lot of bling. The Crystal Stormtrooper started as a standard Stormtrooper kit put together by Brad to be worn for his wedding ceremony. He then joined the 501st Legion and trooped in it for over 10 years. It was then retired due to wear and tear. After many negotiations, it was given to his wife, Charlotte, who had a very creative idea for the armor. 51,000 hand-applied crystals, 43 bottles of super glue, and 7.5 months later, the Crystal TK was unveiled. The clear E11 blaster he is carrying is one of a kind, custom-made blaster made by Christopher Zook of Procon 3D Print. Several different colours and sizes of crystals were used to replicate the details of the original armour. Tweezers had to be used for many of the smaller gems used for the details. In direct, strong light, it may not be advisable to look directly at the Crystal Trooper without eye protection. Thank you very much, Brad, as the Crystal Trooper.
Next, we have Shadow, Han Solo riding a Tauntaun.
Whoa!
Wow. Say hello to Han Solo, a smuggler turned hero. The beast he rides is a Tauntaun, a snow lizard tamed by the rebels on Hoth. This Tauntaun's name is Echo, after Echo Base. This costume began in June of 2016. The body is made mostly of spray pump foam, while the head is made of paper mache. Fake fur covers the majority of the body. The claws on the feet and hands are made of baking clay. The electro-binoculars were converted from a Ridicus sub assault game. The saddle is made from leather, like fabric covered over the piece of foam. The legs are made from drywall stilts covered with foam, cloth, and fur. Once again, Shadow as Han Solo riding Echo, his Tauntaun.
Next up, we have Jedi Mandu as Boba Fett. Potentially. Okay, we're going to move on to the next.
Nope.
No, hang on.
Next, if we move on, do we have Danny Boy? Danny Boy? No.
Oh, Danny Boy.
Danny Boy, Danny Boy. All right, we have Danny Boy.
Yes.
As Malagith Diajot.
Wow.
Malagith Diajot is following in Boba Fett's footsteps to have the most dirty, dinged up armor in Mandalorian history. Determined not to be outgunned by some heroic marvel or machine of war, this Mandalorian brings a shoulder blaster cannon to all the best parties. This costume has been modified year after year with well over 100 hours of work. Centaura vinyl, nuts, bolts, and over 20 batteries make up this Mandalorian warrior's costume. Danny Boy has Malagith Diajot.
I'm glad you had to say that one. Okay, now it's time to bring out Jedi Manda as Boba Fett. Not as Boba Fett. Well, this is talking gibberish on here. Obviously, here we have Jedi Manda's 9-month creation, which used to look like Boba Fett, but now looks like Queen Amidala. All the way from Naboo. Starting with the headpiece that consists of 5 wigs, each separated from the wig cap and hand-placed onto the handmade wig base. The headpiece utilizes Warbler thermoplastics to recreate the gold-plated pieces you see in the film. The orange silk dress is pleated with meticulous gold beading on the chest and sleeve ends. The red velvet coat utilizes several sewing techniques like shirring and machine embroidery to achieve exact replication to what you see in the film. This costume was a labor of love. That's Jedi Manda as Queen Amidala.
All right, Warwick, I'm going to skip R2, and I'm moving to Nick Gillespie as Samurai Vader.
Ooh.
This costume is a Samurai Darth Vader costume. The design of the costume is based on the Bandai Taiso Samurai Vader and George Lucas's original idea for Darth Vader. I began to work on this costume in October 2016. The costume is 100% made. The majority is made of leather with a little Eva foam and warbler. The lightsaber is based on a katana design. I used acrylic to build the blade. The red lighting is EL wire. The hilt is a wooden dowel containing the controls and battery for my EL wire with a leather wrap. Nick Gillespie as Samurai Vader.
Next up, we have Mike as R2D2000. Whoa! Wow. You guys can't hear this, but the Star Wars theme is playing from within. It's incredible. Now, it took Mike about 6 months to make, and it's made out of Eva foam. Mike has provided no other details as to the construction or methods used in this costume. Let's hear it for Mike. R2D2000.
This next one is very appropriate, Warwick. This is Lauren Arnold with Happy 40th Anniversary Star Wars.
Yeah. Wow.
40 years of thrilling galactic adventures deserve to be recognized and celebrated. Since age 13, I have been creating my own costumes. I created this dress with a hoop skirt made and resized to resemble the shape of a birthday cake. The color themes of the Sith and Jedi were used to split the dress in half to represent the dark side and the light. From the heated sands of Tatooine to the battling skies of the Empire, the dress was hand-painted, including the iconic characters of the Star Wars franchise, brought to life by adding Disney's Tsum Tsum stuffed characters, and of course, let's not forget the iconic opening crawl from Episode 4, A New Hope, painted to perfection on the bodice. In total, this dress has taken me a week and a half to bring to life. Lauren Arnold, happy 40th anniversary Star Wars.
Next up, we have Taras Harkavi as Minok. Taras is a hobbyist prop maker from Manitoba in Canada. He documents all his projects on his non-profit website, minoxden.com, to help aspiring prop makers and cosplayers make props at home themselves too. His costume brings to life a Mandalorian non-player character, Minok, who appears on the planet Darvanis in the game Star Wars The Old Republic. Taras modeled the armor in 3D and created most armor masters using 3D printing. The final version of the armor we see before us today was hand-cast from resin from start to finish. The project took almost 3 years to complete. Thank you, Taras.
And in our final contestant, we have the most elaborate and fantasy characters as Mike, Paul, and Dave, Phase 3 Dark Trooper.
Whoa.
8-foot tall droid battle suit from the original Dark Forces video game from 1995. Built in slightly less than a year out of Eva foam, Epson Pro, and resin casts. Uses stilts and hand extensions to make the wearer the actual height of the enemy from the video game. Detailing Kyle Katran's first mission. Once again, Mike, Paul, and Dave, Phase 3 Dark Trooper from the original Dark Forces video game.
Fantastic. Look at the scale of that. I'm barely up to his kneecap. It's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for all our cosplayers. What a great show. What a great show. Wasn't that fantastic, Mark?
It was great. So many costumes, they look fantastic.
I mean, and they just seemed to get better and better as we went through the competition. I mean, you thought you'd seen the best, and then there was something else. Let's go to our judges. I mean, you have the unenviable task now of deciding who's going to win this competition this afternoon. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't know. I got a pin from the Ewoks, but I was bedazzled.
Were you bedazzled? They tried to bribe you, did they?
Well, they did, but then the bedazzled trooper came out, and then
it was incredible, wasn't it? Yeah, the trooper. We forget that in there as well. I mean, just you get a sense of the dedication that these people put into what they do. You know, many, many hours. 70 hours was quoted in there. I mean, it is wonderful, isn't it? Yeah. So. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to send our judges away now if you'd like to leave us to go and deliberate and decide. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Mr. DJ Elliott to spin some tunes.
Now, Warwick,
yes.
You know, we hosted the cosplay before.
Yes, we have done.
You and I.
Yeah.
And this was great.
Yeah.
He's a great host, isn't he, Warwick Davis?
Oh,
I mean, come on.
Thank you.
And I get to stand next to you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I get to stand next to you,
That's
sir.
true. Yeah, but let me tell you something. I got a bit of a cosplay myself.
You like to do a bit of cosplaying?
Yeah. And the one I put together is kind of like it's a mashup of you and I.
It's a mashup, is it? Have you got the costume here?
Oh, yeah, it's back there.
Okay. How long will it take to put on?
Probably about 2 hours.
2 hours?
How much time do I have?
Oh, well, you've got about 30 seconds. Okay. He's going to cosplay right now. This is fantastic. What have we got? I dread to think what he's got in store here, but we'll wait and see. I doubt many hours went into its construction. I think we can safely say that, but let's see. I can't see what he's up to back there. He's in the darkness. I'm slightly worried about this, but okay, he's on his way, I think now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Mr. Mark Daniel as some sort of mashup. No, he's not appeared yet. Here he comes. Oh, my word. Well, I don't know what to say. For a change, I'm speechless, Mark. I'm speechless. What is that?
So
and I like the performance. You're kind of the Ewoks unsteady underneath you.
Yeah. Because the whole show you carried me, so I figured, hey, there it is.
I see what you did there.
You see?
That's fantastic.
I wouldn't touch this. This is literally made of toilet paper.
Is it?
Yes.
But look at that. It's so ridiculous, but yet so funny. And all right, well, on that note, we're going to leave you for a few minutes with DJ Elliott and go and see how the judges are getting on with their deliberation. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All right.
Mark Daniel and me, thank you very much.
A long time ago in a galaxy far.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're back, and I have the results here in my hand.
Yes.
And
I have the awards.
Before we get into the announcing of the winners, shall we bring our judges back out? Please give them a huge round of applause. Athena, Brian, and Ashley. Welcome back. So, judges, before we find out who indeed has won in each category and who is our best in show today, how was the deliberation for you guys? It took a while.
So hard. It was so hard, but very impressive in terms of what I'm learning in this process as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you have any arguments?
Not arguments.
Not arguments. Were you kind of were there two of you agreed one way and somebody else who wanted somebody else to win? How was all that?
I think it was all a good collaboration.
Excellent.
And nobody got a black eye.
Well, thank you for what you've done. Yes, Ashley?
Thank you. And I have to say, so Brian works in licensing, and it was really helpful. He knows so much of the detail, you know, so knowing if in their costumes, the accuracy and, you know, the likeness. So it was helpful to have Brian's eye.
Absolutely. Yes, he said at the beginning he was going to be looking at the finer details, so he's a hard taskmaster, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, without further ado, let's find out who indeed you decided would win this cosplay competition, this championship here this afternoon. So I'm going to announce the winners in reverse order. First of all, starting with the best likeness category. Oh yes, of course, I'm going to bring everyone out first, absolutely. So let's bring all the contestants out in the best likeness category. Please welcome them on stage again. There they are. Captain Phasma, Ray, there's Hawkins, there's Slave Leia there. And they all are, there's Luke Skywalker, Kylo Ren's there. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I'll let you take that in for a moment. What a wonderful selection of characters there. Quite brilliant. Okay. So, contestants, prepare yourselves. You've all done very well, but there are only 3 winners in this category. In third place, we have Christian Zick as Captain Phasma. In second place, it's McKenna Fellows as Ahsoka Tano. Congratulations, well done. And in first place, in the best likeness category, we have Samantha Kelly as Rey. Bask in the glory for a moment. Well done, Samantha. Congratulations to all our runners-up. I'm going to ask them to exit the stage right now, please. And the 3 winners in this category, you're going to move to the back of the stage and wait there until we announce the best in show. Fantastic. Right now we move on to our under-13s. Could you please welcome the under-13s back onto the stage, ladies and gentlemen? Here they are. There's Wicked again. Little mini stormtrooper. Fantastic. We'll let them all line up there. What a brilliant display here. Okay. So, boys and girls, listen up. I'm going to say, we're going to announce 3 winners here, but you really are all winners for what you've done and what you've achieved today. So, well done to each and every one of you for being here. You've done a terrific job. So in third place, I'm delighted to say, it's Lizzie as Wicket. Well done, Lizzie. Fantastic. Hello. Brilliant. In second place, Savannah Rennie Eddings as FN 59901. Well done. Move forward onto the line now. That's it. Super. Excellent. And in first place in the under-13s category, we have Natalie Robinson as Sabine Wren.
Congratulations.
Well done to you 3, and congratulations to our runners-up. Let's hear it for them. Thank you. Brilliant stuff. Well done. Hello, we got a stray Ewok running away. Fabulous. Right, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome back on our group, the imaginatively named group category. Welcome the groups back on. There they are. Oh, hello. Here's trouble. Oh, hello. Ooh. Look at that. The Jawa just gave me something as opposed to stealing something. But they've scavenged it from somewhere else. Okay, well done to all of you. What a fantastic display. This is wonderful. Okay. Third in this category we have Jay and Jimmy Walther as Unkar Plutt and one of his thugs. In second place, we have the IE Squad Jawas. They're excited about that. Look at that. And in first place in the groups category, it's Anna Sawyer's Old Republic.
I see you too, man. Looking good.
Fabulous. Oh, commiserations to our two Ewoks there. I do. Hang on a minute. Wait a second. Mark, I think perhaps we could, since there's only kind of 4 contestants, kind of 4 groups in this category, should we, let's give them a 4th prize. So, yeah, 4th place. Well done, Ewoks. In fact, you know, I'm feeling in particularly generous mood today, so what we're going to do, we're going to award a 4th prize in each and every category in the championships. There they go. Okay, so could our top 3 in that category now move to the back of the stage as we welcome on our last group. Please give it up for the most elaborate and fantasy characters. Here they are. Welcome back. Wow, look at this display here. It's fantastic. The Jawas there eyeing up the stormtrooper there. They rather like the look of him. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your most elaborate and fantasy characters.
On the table.
Here are the winners. In 3rd place, it's Chumbawamba as 000. Marvellous, well done. Come forward. I'm rather worried about being stepped upon here. That's a bit further forward now. Whoa! This always happens in these competitions. The largest character stands next to me. Makes them look more impressive and me look more ridiculous. Okay. In 2nd place, it's Jedi Amanda as Queen Amidala. And in 1st place in this category, it is Brad as a Crystal Trooper. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for these guys. They put in a terrific effort. Not only in the making of these costumes, but the wearing of them and the performing in them as well. So hats off to all of you guys. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so the winners of the last category, if you could make your way up to the centre line here, and all of our other winners from the other categories, please move forward now and form a line across the centre of the stage. That's it. Okay, that's it. It doesn't matter what order you're in. Hello. I'll go around here then, shall I? That's it. There they all are. So, ladies and gentlemen, here are your finalists in this cosplay championship, and what an impressive bunch of characters they are indeed. But there can only be one best in show, I'm afraid, and I'm going to announce that now. Ladies and gentlemen, your best in show in the Celebration 2017 Cosplay Championship is... It's Brad as the Crystal Trooper. Fantastic. You've all done a brilliant job. Well done, everyone. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our judges, Athena, Brian and Ashley. Thank you very much to all of you. Thanks to all our contestants here. Thank you to Mark, my co-host this afternoon.
Thank you very much. And please give it up for your host for the cosplay, Warwick Davis.
Thank you very much. Thank you.